Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Waseem Anwar from Lahore, Pakistan, and we are yet back again with an exciting interviews and exciting and informative series of interviews, starting with one of the most dynamic ladies in ONPASSIVE. You all must have seen her on webinars and events, a lady who possesses ample knowledge and carry a vision of bringing a change in the lives of people. She's from USA. We are lucky enough to get her learning and experiences. She's none other than Debbie from USA. Hello, ma'am. We cordially welcome you are here. How are you?
Thank, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for that outstanding introduction, Brother Wasim. I'm truly honored to be with you. And I thank you for extending the invitation. I'm honored to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, ma'am. You gave me your precious time. I know you are very busy, and we were making plan for a long time, And due to time issue, we could not conduct this interview. But it's the time you are finally here. It's an honor for me. You are here for interview. Before start interview, I want to say the names of who are watching us and sending message on chat, and everyone know this is a live interview. So Malik Ajaz from Pakistan here, MD Istaq, and Mr. Osman from Pakistan, Ripon Holdar, and M. Kelly, from Canada. Thank you, ma'am. She is very dedicated lady. She we see always in every webinar, and she her presence is very motivation for me. So thanks, thanks, ma'am. And Bimal Das here, and Duda's vlog, actually very difficult name for me. Some so sorry if I say any wrong name. Duma Lipcha, and thank you very much. Thanks everyone who joined this session. Let's start the session. Ma'am, as we all know, you are living in USA. So, my first question is: are you originally from USA or another country? Because we know Comfort, Charles from Cameroon, Michael William from Jamaica, Verona from Jamaica, but they are living in another country. So, are you originally from USA or another country?
Thank you for your question, Brother Wasim. Again, my name is Debbie McCormick. I was born in Cameroon and from the English speaking part of the country because it's a bilingual country. And I am currently living in the US, specifically in the city of Chicago with my family.
Thank you, ma'am, and thanks, Dr. Patience here. Thanks, Dr. Patience. You joined the chat, and my next question is, ma'am, where you live in USA now?
I'm currently living in the state of Illinois, and the city specifically is Chicago in the US.
Oh,
And
okay,
I
okay.
don't live here on a regular basis because we travel a lot for work as well. So sometimes I live in other places, but this is my base. Chicago is my base.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Great, ma'am. Tell me about your family. We want to know about your family, our background. You want to tell?
I was born in a very large family of 14 children, and some of them are of late, and 11 are still alive. But currently, just two of us are in the US, and I'm living with my family, myself, my husband, and I have four children. Two are adopted, and two are biological. And I recently had two sets of twins from my lovely nieces on the 28th of February and 1st of March. And I'm very proud to say I have grandchildren. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. Great, great. I think you started the oblast from home, or you adopted the two children. I think this thing great. I appreciate it. And ma'am, I would like you to introduce yourself in sense where you have been working throughout these years. What is your expertise? Are are you housewife? Housewife?
Uh, Thanks for your question, Brother Wasim. Actually, the word housewife no longer exists because they call it homemaker. If you're working for your family, you're making an income or you're making savings by not having someone else do work for your family. So it is called homemaker instead of housewife, if I may just clear that. I worked for the United Nations for over a decade in the human resources section, and I was doing hiring, what they call hire and fire of staff members. And when I left that, I went into corporate America. I worked in the real estate and property management sectors. And I left that and I worked with the State Department before now that we just work part time with the State Department and the Peace Corps, where my husband also works, who is also a brand ambassador. Thank you.
Great, great, excellent, ma'am, excellent, ma'am. Ma'am, we would like to know about your journey with OnPassive, including when and how did you join, and how it has changed your personal and professional life.
Thank you, Brother Wasim. That's a very sweet question. A lot of people who know me will tell I joined on Passive in December of 2020, and my blesser is someone very dear to me. And I always would thank God because we've been together for a very long time. So this is something they couldn't pass without sharing with me. So since December of 2020, I joined on a Friday. Saturday, I joined the guest webinar. Sunday, I joined the founders webinar. At the time, it was Go Founders. And on Monday, I joined the corporate webinar where Mr. Ash spoke. And during that webinar, Mr. Ash called on Dr. Idris Moody to say the word, and he impressed me. And ever since, I never missed a single webinar. I have never missed a single webinar, unless when I have issues with the internet connection, depending on the country where I was. And if you talk to people like Comfort and the rest who started with me on the same forum where we used to be for webinars, they will tell you I never used to speak during our webinars. I just would sit down and listen to everybody speak from beginning to end. I never spoke. I absorbed everything. But that was in 2021. Towards the end of 21, I realized I cannot continue to sit and listen. I had to do something, especially when they start talking about the products and the number of founders were growing. That's when I got more involved. And the rest of it has been just a very sweet and smooth journey in watching the progress of switching from Go founders to O founders and now the OnPassive ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I love this question because every ambassador has own story of journey, and
Mm.
you said the name of Dr. Idris Modi. Uh, he's my blesser. So I
Oh,
he's my blesser, and I joined July 2020. So he is a very good guy, and he's a motivational speaker. So I love his speeches. So thank you very much, ma'am, for this answer. And my next question is, um, I see we have seen you in many webinars. So are you conducting or any specific webinars nowadays, or you are just visit the webinar? So we want to know. Do you regularly any webinar?
Thank you, Brother Wasim. That's an interesting question. I will start by saying, for example, Sundays, I start by attending. At my first webinar is around 7 or 8 a.m. my time. I spend my entire Sunday in webinars, at least 6 to 7 webinars on
Oh,
Sundays. Of those six,
great.
I actively participate in half of them. And
Hmm.
one of
Great.
them is where we started with comfort. So I'm still there. It's home, and I'm not leaving home. I'm attached to them. So my Sundays are filled with a minimum of 6 webinars. Three I fully participate, and the other three I go as guests. And I also am in several others, like panel members for live YouTubes. One is with engineer Mike Ojong Tambia, which he has on Mondays and Thursdays. And I actively participate as well with Dr. Patience, which is our home-based webinar on Sundays, as I mentioned earlier, as well as Dr. Derek on Tuesdays and Thursdays on deep dive webinars, and with Pastor Paul 360 Degree with the Niger Forum, which holds on Wednesdays and Fridays, with Mama Grace Christiansen on Saturdays, which holds in the mornings in English and Twi, and also Tuesday mornings with Francis Day of Singapore, Thursday mornings with Mabel Singh of Singapore, and I also
Wow.
go to Engineer Srishantas on Friday mornings. I go to each and every webinar that I
I
basically.
know, I know. Excellent, excellent. Actually, I know you are doing. I specifically asked this question because I want people should know you are doing effort, and especially normally people spend time with family, but you spend Sunday with on passive. It's great. It's just hats off to you, ma'am. Thanks to you give your time for on passive for founders, for brand ambassadors, and ma'am. Virginia ma'am join us. Virginia ma'am, thank you very ma'am. Thank you very much, Dr. Patience. Again, she said she goes across the globe for webinars. she, she told about you. Thank you very much, ma'am. So, ma'am, my next question is how do you see on passive after launches? How is it going to impact the lives of founder, customers, and businesses all around the world?
That is a very good question, Brother Wasim.
Yes.
OnPassive has already, let me start by being home. It has already changed my life. It has blessed me significantly. Let me start with you. Without OnPassive, I would not have met you.
Yes.
Without OnPassive, I would not have met all the wonderful brand ambassadors that I know from everywhere. It, Sister Kushbo, Agral, so many people that I've met through OnPassive.
Yes.
They're just nameless across the board. Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, I go to all the webinars. Canada, I join. US, home, and wherever UK, I join all the webinars. And I know most of the people who are there. Some names, I know them when they sign into webinars or I sign into webinars, I know them because of OnPassive. So just the friendship that I have through OnPassive is a blessing. It is something that $97 did not and cannot buy for you. We will always be life friends with OnPassive or without OnPassive because we have each other's contacts. I know I can visit you. I can visit other brand ambassadors regardless of where they are. In addition, on besides the personal level, I also see myself growing. I've grown, as I told you earlier. I never used to talk when I joined OnPassive. And in one of the webinars, I do recall Dr. Patience asked, has anyone spoken? Is there anyone who has not spoken today? And I raised my hand. And she said, You will be the one speaking next Sunday, and I have never stopped speaking. I have never stopped going to webinars and being called to say something. So I have grown in that nature to the level of hosting a webinar without having to wait to be told. I have grown in ONPASSIVE because I learned so much from it and I've blessed my community. I started a water project and I'll never stop talking about it. It is ongoing now, even though it's not big yet, but it's being rationed and people have potable drinking water in one section of the village. And I'm working still. And with All Bless, I know it will be possible to use not just All Bless, but also the crowdfunding aspect of it to continue to bless my community. So already ONPASSIVE has changed my life significantly, not just enhancing my personal growth, but also my community and my ONPASSIVE family as a whole.
Thank you, ma'am. Excellent, ma'am. And we know the on passive, we can see the vision, and we can see the future of on passive. And the most important thing, the company start, as we always say, on passive with heart. This is not this is the only business, I think, business with heart. So there is bright future for people. And ma'am, as we all know, the our CEO Mr. Ash Mufareh, and he has very positive impact for founders life and for global people who know him. So I want to know your opinion about Mr. Ash Mufareh. How do you define the Ash Mufareh? Who is Mr. Ash Mufareh? Thank you.
Mr. Ash Mufareh, thank you for that question. Thank you.
Yes.
It's a question that no founder should ever miss answering or think twice about answering. Without Mr. Mufareh, will you and I be here? No. Because of him and his heart for humanity, he's able to bring people of every race, every culture, every belief together. Who has ever done that? Nobody. He has been able to get us to speak with one voice, respect for one another. You don't use any bad language to communicate with each other. You do not talk to someone disrespectfully because that is who he is. That's how he grew up. I take my hat off to him. We pray for him and his family on a regular basis, especially his mother, who brought him up nicely, so he can be able to share that love with us. He is the best thing that mankind has brought to us, I would say to us as Unpassivians. His knowledge, his wisdom is going to continue to shape our lives, not just our lives, but the lives of our future generation and generations to come, based on what we know Unpassive is right now. His vision will continue to guide us. There is not a single day that goes by without me having him in my prayers, his family, as well as the group of people that he has selected to run the office, especially the media office. I will not hold naming their names: Dr. Soha, Dr. Susan, Engineer Kamal, and everybody, the tech pros working in Hyderabad and all the other areas that we do not know. I will always cherish them because they are the ones leading the company and empowering us indirectly, whether we know them or not. But thanks to Ash, this would not have happened if he did not extend the invite to people like you and I. So I will always have him in my prayers, regardless of where I am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And if we talk about Mr. Ash Mufareh, I never seen a CEO who talk about others, who talk about humanity. Normally, CEO only discuss the profit and money, but he's the only CEO who talk about others, and he's not only said, he proved multiple times. For example, when this business started in 2018, the at that time product was little, only digital marketing tool. So that time price was $97, but with the passage of time, uh, many things increased, but they never increased the price, the founder price $97, because he wanted to do for poor people, average people, and he wanted to uplift the humanity. And same when previously said about the package price $200, $300, but once he announced at once, I always think the poor people how will pay the money for package. So he he gave the very good solution for package. We know about the package, how we will buy the package very easily. Well, so he is very kind. Recently, in the name of oblast, many amount of money sent to Syria and Turkey for earthquake victim, and and the Yemen people. So many examples we have. So he is very kind and kind-hearted and very nice human being. He's family man. I never seen a CEO who present his family, but our CEO multiple time we have seen his son because he is transparent. So company is transparent. The example of transparency is the refund option of foundership. Every anytime we can refund. I never see as any company who give the money back after take. So I think if we talk about Mr. Ash Mufareh, the time is very short. We go to the next question, ma'am. There are multi digital products we know about the on passive. Our first paid product is coming, and we have three free products. So, what is your favorite product? Every product has own value, but what is your favorite product and why you like it?
Thank you, Brother Wasim. My favorite product, I will say OCONNECT. I know Academy was primarily my famous product, but I'm putting OCONNECT first now, and Academy is second, just in order of priority of what I like. Because I know I will use Academy when it's launched to study more things to enhance my knowledge. But in the interim, OCONNECT it is because I see a lot of the features that it has. It embodies everything. You can do everything. It's a one-stop shop where you have everything in it, and that gives me a lot of comfort to know that its features, especially when I was able to log into the Zoom meeting, the last one we had, in several devices that I have at my home, and I saw the clarity of it, the sound quality, and how the chat and its features with all the emojis. Several aspects of that is actually something that I'm looking forward to using and sharing with my extended family and friends, as well as a circle of people that I know on my network. I cannot overemphasize that this sound, the surround sound was so good when they played it. And communication on this, seeing everyone who is on the who is on the webinar is very, very good. And you can tell who was there by seeing those features. And the emojis falling, that also just is an amazing feature of OCONNECT to me. Um, the video conferencing, that is an outstanding feature. I, I have never been on a platform where I have any of those features all embodied in one. So I really, really am looking forward to using it. Thank you.
Yes. OpenAct is a very valuable product, and we are waiting for OpenAct anxiously, and and many amazing feature we as you told us. And but my favorite feature is sign language. The the CEO thought about the deaf and dumb people who can't hear, who can't speak, but there will sign language for those people. I think this is very good. This is very good. We can imagine the vision of CEO who always thought human in everywhere. Uh, if we talk about Oblast, if we talk about OCONNECT and every product and OnJoy, this is and you can see the product of OnJoy. There are many products. Uh, so our CEO think about humanity. So, ma'am, our one most important product is, I think this is the everyone favorite product, Oblast. So, my question is this: how Oblast will impact of human life? So, can you elaborate this?
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, Bless has already impacted my life by starting with my project and looking forward to continuing. And I do recall that last year we saw that Oh, Bless helped a lot of people in India before going to the earthquake. And I see Chris Johnson has used Oh, Bless in helping a couple of founders with schools in Kenya, and Oblast is going to change everyone's life, every not just every unpassivian, but also anyone that is known to the unpassive family, because all of that is going to be shared. I know a lot of people, including Dr. Patience, who had to go out of her way and provide medical care to people, to refugees, widows, and orphans on the borders of Nigeria and Cameroon that were displaced by the internal war going on in Cameroon. So I know Oblast will continue to be used to serve people like those that I just mentioned in the borders, who need not just in Cameroon but universally. Oblast is something that those who have non-for-profit like me can use their crowdfunding to help whatever projects they have. So it's not something that is going to, it's one of those things that will continue to enhance our lives and those who will be using it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. No doubt, there are 1.4 million founders, and there will be blesser for poor people, average people. I think no poor will remain in the world when as soon as on passive launches. And after few minutes, ma'am, you I have some surprise for you. I'll I'll show you after a few minutes. So I'm waiting for this surprise. So I go to the next question. Ma'am, we all have seen the massive marketing campaign ran in Dubai and on Burj Khalifa, FIFA World Cup, being sports, on Passive Metro Station. What do you think about the impact it has left on overall standing of on Passive? Do you think it has left any impact?
Absolutely. Thank you. I knew you're not going to leave out that question. I was thinking about it. It left a significant impact. Mr. Mufareh is a man, he has a heart of gold, and he's a top-notch marketer in any
Yeah.
business. His
Mm.
ideas, he picks things strategically, and there's a reason why he picked Dubai for all those various campaigns. It is the biggest place that is visited by a lot of people, and not just visited by a lot of people, but the type of things that the Dubai has, not every other part of the world has. So those marketing campaigns has attracted a bigger, larger crowd than we can imagine. And I know it's going to continue, and it's going to be an outstanding thing that he's going to do in the future, not just in Dubai, but the rest of the world. Because on passive is not
Thank
only
you.
in that part of the world, it's
Yes.
in 200 plus countries and territories.
So thank you very much, ma'am. My last question was about Obless. My next surprise guest is he has done for Oblast too much, and he is very famous, and you know her very well. So this is the Doctor Patience. He joined for you specially.
Thank you, Brother Wasim. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
Yes.
loud and clear.
Thanks for letting me come in and surprise my sister,
Wow.
Debbie McCormick. He is one of those souls that she's so passionate about Unpassive. As I wrote on the chat, she goes across the globe. I don't know
Yes.
whether she sleeps anymore. Sometimes I don't know whether she even understands the language. But she's taking me to one meeting, which I couldn't understand the language, but I stayed because I could feel the passion on the people sharing. That's the person she is. She is that person that Unpassive is in her core, that she will actually, I know she doesn't want me to share this, but I'm going to share it. My sister was involved in an accident once, and it was a Sunday that we had a dream team meeting. So she wrote to me and said, Sis, I'm just in an accident. I said, go and rest, go and rest. He said, I'll see what I can do. But I'm okay, everybody is fine. I said, what about my brother-in-law? Say he's doing okay, he had a little stitch. But since the daughter is a medical doctor, he will go to the hospital, the doctor will take care of her, and I'll see what I can do. Can you believe she showed up in the meeting? That's how compassionate she is, and that's how reliable she is. If she says she will do something, except something really, really, really stop her, she will do it. She was in that meeting, moderated from the beginning to the end, planned for the next Sunday. Before say, okay, the rain that fell on me, I'm shivering, let me go and sleep. Let me go and lie down, cover blanket. Who does that? My sister, Debbie McCormick, does that. So she's very reliable, she's passionate about Unpassive, has caught the dream, has grown through the dream. As she said, she used to be quiet in webinars. However, I said, sis, but why you have so much potential? Why are you quiet? But she was in the Comoros then. Without even internet, she would be picking it up. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, the internet here. But once she came back to the US, and I said, next week you're going to moderate. Let me take it. Let me tell you. It's over a year now. She took it and ran with it. I can go on vacation. Everybody can go on vacation as long as she's available. We know the meeting is going to go on and it's going to go on smoothly. She doesn't play with what she says she does. She is that reliable. She's that trustworthy. She's that humble. She doesn't want people to talk about her. But I will talk about her today, Basim, because you gave me the opportunity. But that is my sister for you. She's in Guinea. The time different. And I'm like, so we'll not be seeing you meeting. Say, I'll see. This time I told my husband that the only thing I need from them is internet. Oh boy, internet she got. 3 a.m. she'll be getting up to join us. I'm like, you don't sleep, sister? So now I have to be there. You know, I committed to be moderating. I can't let you go down. That's the type of person she is. And for this Women History Month that she is talking to you, I want to say I celebrate you, my sister, and all the women in Unpassive. I celebrate you. You all are doing a great job. Continue to be you, being true to yourself, being who you are. Keep creating that family contact. Wasimna is our brother, right, in Pakistan. You said it. I had told him that before. That if I want to go to Pakistan, I'm not worried where I will sleep or where who is going to show me around because I have a brother there called Wasim. So, my dear sister
Thank
and
you.
my dear brother, let's continue the unpassive love. We are so in it to win it. Time for making me be the surprise guest for her today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Patient. Debbie, ma'am, you want to say something? How did you like that? This is a surprise.
Wow, that is a very, 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 very huge surprise. I wasn't expecting anyone at all. And definitely not my sister, but thank you so much for the sweet words, sis. Thank you so much. Thank you for the surprise, Brother Wasim. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I am.
Woman A, woman A,
I made your day.
Hey,
woman A.
hey.
But I was saying that's how we greet women in Women's Day. Okay. So that Women A, and she answered is how we greet women in Women's Day. Thank you for making me to be part of
Thank,
this.
thank you, ma'am. Before you go, Dr. Patience, the next question I want you both lady answer this question. So this question is this: um, we all know the uh, we all know that on passive is a on passive has positive impact, and our CEO Mr. Ash Mufareh is a positive person, but there are many negativity around the on passive. So how we can remove this negativity, how we can avoid this, how we can guide the people. So the Dr. Debbie, first you answer this question, then Dr. Patient. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question, Brother Wasim. It's we start our webinars by doing the mindset, by talking to people to have a positive mindset. And we hope that is the tool to help change their minds about the way they think. And we start with that because we feel is the core. And we have nothing else to change people who have multiple personalities. But all we can do is talk to them, revisit your mindset. Because our CEO preaches to us about being positive in life, and he shows us that positivity, and he shows us transparency. So with that, there's not much you can change adults other than to preach to them what we feel is right and continue to remind them that being positive and being uh, not being disrespectful is something to do in life as adults and as humans, especially in this movement with Mr. Mufareh, who is a very positive person. And I hope with others, it will eventually filter into everyone's minds. Thank you, and back to you.
And
Yes,
Dr. Patience.
we have brilliant question, and as Sister Debbie said, the mindset. But I believe that you have taken a leadership role. If you have taken a leadership role to run webinars, to do interviews, to do anything on passive, you should lead in a way that people can emulate to be like you. What does that mean? Humility, respect, making each other feel loved and supported. Treat each other's question as important as it is for them. And all this comes with that mindset. When you show yourself in a positive way, even when somebody throws that at you, they will go back and reflect. So, what is in that man or that woman that even when I get them fired up to be angry, they are not? We pray every day to strive to be our best of ourselves. We are all human. Sometimes we are sinners, sometimes we are angry. But if we reflect, and when you hurt somebody and you go back to say, I'm sorry, this was not my intention. What I said was not intentionally to hurt you. I was truly just communicating. Maybe my style of communication is not your style. So forgive me if those words hurt you. Being that type of leader, being that type of person that always make people feel welcome will eventually gradually change some people. Because Wasim, let me say I come and I do something that you should be angry and you're not. I have to go back and reflect on my own self. What is in Wasim that makes him to be calm, to be poised, to be collective, and to be slow to anger? What is in him? And we start learning. Our CEO has shown us a love, heart, has made us feel like we are family. There's no reason for that death. But it happens because we're what? We are human beings. But what I said is that don't let anybody make you who you are not. Be true to yourself, be yourself, and gradually the people that come around you, trust me, they will change eventually. It's going to be a gradual change, but we will get there. It is sad, but it is something that we have to decide to be true to ourselves, to be who we are, not to be who people want us to be if you are doing the right thing. And trust me, people will like, I get you. Let's do interview with each other. If I know Wasim communication style, if I know Mama Debbie communication style, what they like, what they don't like, try your best to respect that their communication style. Trust me, God made all of us to be different, so it can be an interesting world. We cannot all be monotonous the same way. It will not be interesting. Okay, just understand each other, understand when they're joking, understand when they're not joking, and when you are joking and they take it as not a joke, just apologize. And as we continue doing that as leaders, showing them the right way, leading with inclusion, not exclusion, leading by pulling your sleeve and take into the generation, not commanding, not telling people what to do, but bringing people to do together. That is leadership. Don't be a boss, be a leader. Because boss will say, do this, do this, do that. Leaders will say, can we do this? What do you think? Get them involved. Inclusiveness. As we continue to do inclusiveness, as you are doing, Brother Wasim, trust me, gradually we'll get there. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Patient. Thank you, Dr. Debbie, for these beautiful and explained answers. And I ask this question for every guest, from every guest. So, and ma'am, please stay till end. We are closing. We are going to closing questions. So, my next question is multiple time Ash sir told about on passive giving the value. So how you elaborate this? First, Dr. Debbie,
Uh,
then Dr. Debbie.
Thank you for your question, Brother Wasim. Just a correction, I'm not a doctor, my daughter is. And my
You're mommy doctor, so you can be called doctor. Go ahead.
um, yes, the value, there is no number to put in the value of unpassive. For example, friendship is a chemistry between people, and we have international families, international friends, including you and all the others, my Singapore family or Malaysia or wherever, or the Filipino or the Netherlands ones. There is no value. Just the friendship, $97 cannot get that friendship for you or for me. And the value, what I have learned, and not just learned from the training that I've gotten from various forums, trainings about IT, trainings about relationships, all sorts of trainings that has been given in various platforms that I've attended. And then my own presentations, when I have to do my own research, that is not something you can buy. I've been to trainings where if I were to go and pay, it will be $500 for 1 hour 45, or 45 minutes. But I go there as a brand ambassador and I train and I know what to do next without paying for it. But that is the value I got from $97. There is no value to on passive. There is absolutely no number to put other than to continue to bless the person who decided to share this with us. And by the way, just to add, in one webinar, our CEO said his wife does not want to be part of this. She doesn't want to have any money out of what on passive would bring. How many women can do that on this earth, not wanting to participate in the world that their spouses is making from his creative mind? But she is selfless, right? So who gets to benefit from that excess? Oh, bless who benefit from it, and people like you and I. So I cannot put a figure to what unpassive is. It's just that a giant out there that is going to break the world record, and we are so proud to be part of it. Over to you, bro.
Dr. Patience.
Priceless. The value for me is priceless, infinity. Why do I say that? Unpassed has been given to us free. Because people say I paid my $97. What can you get for $97? Here in the US, I cannot even feed my family with that, right? So it's priceless. Priceless in the sense that for $97, that opened this massive, gigantic door for us. We've gained families. We just talk about that. We've gained knowledge, financial readiness. We've gained a positive growth mindset. All those training, people charge a lot of money to come and tell you about financial readiness, to tell you how to manage your finances, how to do budgeting, all of that training, priceless. To ONPASSIVE has really made some of us expand our dreams. We had dreams. We started in a little way. The ONPASSIVE brought hope that we can dream bigger, that there's a reason to dream bigger because we have abundance to expand our dreams. So some of us are trying to do that dream expansion by taking a trip to Nigeria to bring medical care. I was sponsoring a few children. I increased the number, but yet we're not making anything for ONPASSIVE yet. That's the priceless. The priceless that unpassed value is priceless. Our mindset for people that are engaged has changed dramatically. You know, most of us, even you, Wasim, I know we've talked on a personal level how you want to help your family. We wanted to do more, but we were restricted either by our minds or by the resources. Unpassive is telling us that the resources are coming. We should start dreaming big. So it's already getting my mind blowing. If I tell you what is in this my mind, what I want to do, when Unpassive blesses me with some finances, you will not believe it. I was dreaming, but I was dreaming with my restricted job mindset. Now I'm dreaming with an entrepreneur mindset. Unpassive is giving us so much. An opportunity to own a business for what? For peanuts? Who does that? And you want to put a price tag on it? For me, the value is priceless. As we continue to grow, we continue to help one another. Let me say I have a cause dear in my heart that I want to help widows. Brother Wasim, I put Oh Bless out there. And Brother Wasim is in Pakistan. Say, oh, I'd like to help widows. Brother Shushanta is in Bangladesh. I'd like to help widows. I'll be having people joining my cause all over the globe because of Unpassive. And can you imagine that what that would do? I'll not be helping one widow. I'll be helping a lot of them, for example, or a lot of orphans, for example. Unpassive value for me is priceless. Just the just the somebody told me that. Do you know how much you pay to go and see a psychologist, a psychiatrist? This is a lot of money, and all of us have it free. Just talking here now is is therapy. We have it free. We have it free because we have people with the same mindset that get all of us excited, as some people will say. I don't need to go and pay a psychiatrist to get that. It is free. We are each other's support system. You want to put a price on that? For me, it is priceless. Thank you for that. Was
Excellent, excellent. And of course, on passive, uh, giving us value and gave us value, or we have brand ambassadors. I think no company give the value like this, and we are all brand ambassadors, and not only founders, customers, and product wise, you will see many things on passive will give us value. So, last question is, ma'am. Uh, our first pair product is coming, and tomorrow is a very important day for us, and we are all excited. Uh, so, do you want to say about OCONNECT? So, first, Dr. Ravi, then you already said, but regarding upcoming session, I'm asking you, and then Dr. Patience.
Absolutely. I am excited. I am so thrilled. It's coming up tomorrow. I will sign in to all my with all my devices, as I mentioned earlier. And most of all, I'm going to, the one feature that I know All Connect has, which I'm dying to know, is to try, is the multilingual aspect of it, being able to translate and being able voice to text and vice versa. Those features, I'm just looking forward to seeing if that will be in tomorrow's webinar, because those are the features I haven't been able to try simultaneously on my devices, because I was just too excited to be in. So I could not check out all the respective features. So that's one big thing I'm looking for. And oh boy, I can't wait to put my hands and sign in tomorrow. I don't want to spend too much time elaborating on it. I'll pass it over to Dr. Patience. Thank you, Brother Wasim.
But I
Okay,
was saying, we
patience.
know that all connect is like we're like kids in the candy store. You know, when you see a kid, you take them to a candy store for the first time. They, oh, I want this candy, I want this candy. That is how all connect experience has been, and that's I'm looking for more because our
Yeah.
CEO says that what we are not there yet. Every time better quality. The first time I went into it and I had a newer device, they played a video. I actually shook on my chair if I realized it was a video. Because I thought, where's the sound coming from? I'm not joking. I actually got frightened before I realized it was coming from my laptop. Then subsequently, me and my five device, we joined All Connect. Okay, as and Sister Debbie said, you could hear if you have a system that's not updated, you could hear the difference of the sound quality, the picture quality. Oh my goodness! Just even hearing that tomorrow is our last free All Connect session. I am somersaulting. And I just hope that all of us brand ambassador could come in with as multiple device, if you have multiple accounts as possible. So let's break it. Let's test it. Let's make it work. Let's make our one and only audio video conferences with HD sound, surround sounds type of hearing, like a movie theater, and that that future of interpretation. I can now go to all these webinars and they can speak in Bengali, they can speak in Hindu, and I can hear and I can speak by English and understand. It would just what strengthen our global family union, okay? Because sometimes we are restricted, so I don't go to some of these webinars. I go there, see the passion, but I can't understand. Can you believe that I can understand that passion? Because something will translate it to me and I can communicate and share my own views with them. Oh, I'm just so excited. I don't want to even tell you. I am so excited that I'm lack of word to say that we have come this far. I think Brother Waseem told me he joined in 2018. I joined November 2020. And I've seen the work from all founders to from go founders to all founders to the ecosystem, the different website, everything is just like wow, wow, wow. From nothing to something, from getting products. One of my brand ambassador has not migrated, so she stopped by. I did an mail, right? And I choose the language. It translated to her local language. She was like, "Whoa, this thing is magic! I am sold." Then can you believe that you have your video conferences and I'm talking to somebody in Japan or in Australia, they're talking their local languages, or in India or in China, and we can communicate. I can't wait, as my sister said, to try that feature. I am so excited. I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm going to try and get some hours off work so I can be part of it with my umpty devices.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, you both beautiful ladies, to give me your precious time. And thank Debbie ma'am for this wonderful interview session. And thank Dr. Patience to make this interview beautiful. For you just join this interview on my one request. Thank you very much. So we'll see you in. I hope. Uh, we'll see you soon on OCONNECT, not any
I
StreamYard,
am
na Zoom or
switching to
YouTube.
O
I think
Connect. I am switching to O Connect.
We are switching to OCONNECT.
we are switching to OCONNECT. Thank you very much. So
Thank
we
you
are
for
closing
having
this
me.
live, and but here we'll talk sometime. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
So